Janet and John.
Yes.
John goes to the boatyard. See John put on his admiral's uniform with a frilly shirt, lots of gold braid, medals, and a big feathery hat. Do you know what all the nice girls love? John does. Janet says, "Here are your sandwiches. Don't be late for dinner, John." "I won't," says John. Oh, for little. When John gets to the boatyard, he hops and skips over to where his boat, the Golden Rivet, is moored. I knew it would be called that. And climbs aboard to eat his sandwiches.
Yes.
See John looking through his telescope in case there are pirates. John doesn't
easy.
doesn't see any pirates. So he looks at some birds. John likes birds. John is looking at the dock and sees Mrs. Sibley.
"Hello, Mrs. Sibley,"
says John. "Hello, John," says Mrs. Sibley. What fun. See John showing off by winding up some ropes with the winches. Mrs. Sibley says, "Let me give you a hand with those, John. You seem to be very good with those winches, and your boat is very well equipped. Have you ever thought about racing?" And John says,
"Are there lots of prizes?"
"Yes," says Mrs. Sibley. "There's several big silver cups we compete for every year. Do you like big cups?" John does. Mrs. Sibley says, "You should come racing, John. My husband's boat only has 2 main winches, and he's getting a bit old for racing. So with the 4 you have, and your big strong arms, I'm sure we could win some races." See John blush. And John says,
"All right, as long as you promise we won't get lost."
"I promise," says Mrs. Sibley. "I'd be happy to look after the wheel. If you're worried, come and see me in the spring when the racing season starts."
John says, "Yes, I will. Thank you, Mrs. Sibley."
And soon it's time for John to go home for dinner. When John gets home, Janet is tidying the shed. Janet says, "Did you have a nice time, John?"
"Yes." "I was sitting on my boat, and I saw Mrs. Sibley. She said she'd been admiring the way I handled the tackle. And she said that as Mr. Sibley was a bit too old for that sort of thing, we should go out together, and she was sure we could manage a fast time. And she said she wouldn't mind taking the helm, as I have big strong arms and 2 winches more than her husband."
See Janet go purple. Can you keel haul someone around a garden shed? Janet can.